Hey BNA, what's your favorite animal?
I really like cats. What about you?
I don't know. Maybe I'll find out on today's episode. Hello, and welcome back to Delcastle Weekly. We're your hosts, Cesar Jimenez.
And I'm BNA Spinal. Today, we have a few interesting topics that will be discussed later in this episode. We will discuss how graphic arts is currently creating Halloween designs from paper and digitizing it onto clothing.
We will also be talking about how the Animal Club is coming back and better than ever, for its third year since COVID.
And also, shocking news about Delcastle's aviation career shutting down and seeing how it affects the students.
And also, make sure to stay and watch the whole episode because we have two special guests that we'll be interviewing later in today's episode.
Before we start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to never miss out on what's going on in Delcastle. It would also help us out if you'd share the video with a friend or a classmate. Now, let's continue on to the first segment.
Hello, this is Nelson and Jonah. We're here for Delcastle Weekly. We're here to news about graphic arts having Halloween designs, turning to paper to digitalized clothing.
Project would come in here, someone would request some artwork, they would come up with sketches, go through the process of digitizing the project and getting it printed.
We're working on some Halloween designs, we're working on some personal designs, there's a lot of different stuff going on, but it's all coming around good.
Halloween project's pretty fun, So far I got some good ideas, Before we actually start working on the computer, we make sure that we do thumbnails, rough draft, make sure we got everything out. So yeah, it's really cool to get our ideas out and see it in the real world.
Digital process is very good. You improve most in your digital, you improve in physical, but you mostly have experience with digital.
Yeah, I think other people will like it, and I think maybe one day when I grow up I can make a own Halloween design on my own and sell it.
There's different ways to express your creativity here, and this is one of the funner ways to do it. Halloween, real crazy ideas, especially because it's that time of year, so it's really, everybody's really just joining in on it, having fun.
That is all for this segment. Passing it to Cesar and BNA.
That was pretty cool and interesting to learn about.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see how creative graphic arts is getting ready for the season. Next, we have a special guest for the next segment of this episode. But first, a quick commercial break.
Drama Club is famous for putting on some phenomenal plays, but it isn't just the actors that make the magic happen. Tech plays a big part in Drama Club's productions. The lights, the sounds, the curtain calls, they do it all. And the more tech we have, the bigger productions we can do. That's why Drama Club is looking for new tech, and there are many opportunities that come with it.
You could be a stagehand, spotlight operator, run concessions, or soundboard operator. Please contact Mr. Tyberry, the Student Activities Coordinator.
Welcome back to Delcastle Weekly. I'm here with Mr. Dorsey. So, how does it feel? Oh, I saw something that you won Teacher of the Year award again. So, can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so last year I was nominated as Teacher of the Year for Delcastle and then with the district, VOTEC. Now I'm currently going through the process for the Delaware State Teacher of the Year. But this was a separate application. This was a separate program. The one that I recently learned about was from the American Chemical Society. And they're like a national group, and they have chapters in each state. And so the Delaware State chapter, or section of the American Chemical Society, I got their High School Science Teacher of the Year award. So it's an award that really kind of honors and recognizes work going on with high school science teachers. And so I won the Delaware section of that.
Okay. So what does this award mean to you? How do you feel winning this award?
Yeah, so it feels like, to be in the spotlight, a little different. I don't really like that, but it's nice to bring recognition to the school and the students and kind of all the good things that are going on here. Students are doing really great things, bringing in their career areas into the science classroom and kind of learning the science behind that. So it's really nice to kind of give that its recognition. And then also with the award, you get a bit of a grant for your class. So I can use that to get more labs, more equipment, and more stuff to do great things in class with students.
Were there any requirements for this award?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to do a certain thing?
Yeah, so for this one, I had to submit an application. It kind of reminded me of being like submitting for like a scholarship or something back in the day. I had to write some essays about what are we doing in class, like what is my teaching philosophy, what types of things are going on with students in my classroom that make it be kind of deserving of this honor. So I had to go through and put together some stuff like that and submit that.
You said you were talking about grant money, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you plan to use the grant money for, other than like, I guess, supplies and...
Yeah, that's a good question, because it's like, what do I want to focus on? Do I want to get like some new special thing, like a new piece of equipment? Do I want to get supplies that like could be used by more students? I think what I'll do is I might work with some of the other science teachers and get their input on it and see what they think might kind of be the best fit for what we need across the school.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Wellness Center is an opportunity for students to come and take care of themselves during the school day. So that means it's confidential. Adults certainly have a little bit more life experience to kind of pull from. Adolescents usually are finding, more and more challenges with the unknown and where am I going? If you're just curious, we'll be more than happy just to kind of show you around and give you some information about what the Wellness Center is.
Welcome back. Our next segment talks about Animal Club.
We'll be learning about what activities students do, new changes to the club, and more.
My name is Mr. Gross. I teach biology here at Delcastle. I've been here for 22 years.
Because it's a thinner area. But it rides right along.
About 15 years ago, I had a group of students that stayed after, helped out, and we wanted to do some extra stuff, and to be able to do anything outside of school, we needed to be an affiliated club. They created like a questionnaire and filled it out. We took it to the board, got approval, and we've been a club ever since. Everything from like the basics, like they help me clean cages and feed animals. We do a lot of like hikes, get outdoors on the weekends. We do outreach programs where we take the animals to schools nearby, elementary schools most often, and the kids get to do presentations with the animals. That's probably my favorite part. But we've also done like programs where, like I said, we've planted almost 200 trees outside, out back, and flowers, and we made a field guide to all the animals back there. Lots of things. Yeah.
Well, that was a great story. Now with our second guest, Mr. Lofink. So, how are you feeling? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Cesar. Thanks for having me on the Delcastle Weekly. It's excited to be on here. It's my first time, and I hope I'm on it many more times.
So I heard that you're making your students dress up more professionally, so they're like more, I guess, professional.
Exactly. So basically what's happened, Cesar, is business technology historically in the past did have a requirement where there was a professional dress at least once a week. It's kind of evolved back and forth. But I think it's important that we have that professional look. It's part of our career area. It's an employability skill. And you need to learn how to dress for certain situations. What's appropriate for one setting might not be appropriate for another. And in business, if you're in an interview or an important meeting, you want to look the part. People will take you more seriously if you look professional and you're dressed accordingly. But it's always situational, so it's important we've added this as a component to the career area now. And we have Dress for Success Wednesday. The kids love it. We love it.
So what's like the ideal dress code, I guess? Like, what do you expect students to wear?
A great question, Cesar. I'm still working that out right now because, as you can imagine, some students may have access to, high quality, clothing. Some may not have ever had to purchase this type of clothing or have it. But we're looking for an effort to start, right? To understand the importance of dressing professionally. So the effort's important, and as we move along, this will come together, and it will evolve, and it will get better and better and better. But the effort's the most important thing here, to have that professional dress in mind.
All right. Thank you for the conversation. Now on to our commercial.
Thank you.
since we've learned more about Animal Club, are you thinking about joining the club, Cesar?
It seems like it would be really fun, so I'd consider it.
Now, on to learning about what's going on in aviation and why students are devastated with the current state of their shop. Take it away, Brian.
My name is Brian Kenny, and I'm here in A129 covering how aviation is shutting down. And how about we meet some aviation students?
Hi, my name is Kaden Brown, and I'm an 11th grader in the aviation program.
My name is Vincent Sakani. I am a senior here, and I'm in aviation technology.
And now, let's see how these students feel about the shutdown.
So, we were informed on Friday that something had happened to our aviation career technical area. This morning, we had a meeting with Dr. Comagese and Mr. Thomas discussing what happened to the shop. So, to summarize the meeting, the aviation shop is closing down. The seniors will be able to finish out their time here, while the juniors and the sophomores will have to relocate to a different shop.
In my opinion, it's just sad that aviation is shutting down because I've been here since sophomore year. I've made a lot of good memories here, made a lot of good friendships, and now it feels like it's all just being thrown away due to budget and everything. It really is sad.
The aviation students have also started a petition, which as of right now has over 800 signatures to keep the shop in the school.
I think first and foremost, they could have kept the students informed about what was going on and the possibilities that the shop could close down as soon as we accepted being into the shop. I think that if certification was such a big issue, we could have coordinated with Deltech Community College and gotten our certification through them.
And that's going to be it on aviation for now. Back to Cesar and Biani for their closing remarks.
We've learned so much today about digitizing art, Animal Club, and sad news about aviation.
And that's all for Delcastle Weekly.
And make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date on Delcastle News.
We'll
see you next time.